Bitcoin strikes back. It's the weekend. The market's closed and Bitcoin's booming. Today we're talking about the move above $34,000 here on Bitcoin and what is going on, taking a look at the chart and talking about what I'm seeing going on right now in the cryptocurrency Bitcoin world. We're going to take a look at the chart and see if this is a bounce or possibly just another relief bounce as we head lower with Bitcoin in the cryptocurrency market. Break it down right here in this video, so stay tuned. What's going on, guys? Patrick here. Today we're talking about Bitcoin. What is going on with this mythical digital gold creature that is Bitcoin in cryptocurrency? This weekend it's bouncing back. Since Thursday, Bitcoin has rallied from the lows back up to a high of $34,365. Let's take a look at the chart. Bitcoin at the $34,300 area. And, well, we're pushing up right into that EMA right now, that blue line. We see previously we had the cross, mythical death cross there on the daily chart where the EMAs crossed back down and then kind of signified and then signaled that we are heading into a kind of downtrend, possible bearish market. But what's interesting is you look here at Bitcoin right now, we've had some serious support here at the $28,000 area. And I don't want to get ahead of myself by any means. I'm not going to say that this is like the beginning of the, of the next bull market here, but it is very good to see that we are, getting some type of bullish price action, that we're getting a push back up. I still do believe that Bitcoin cryptocurrency will see probably another low below this $28,000-$30,000 area. Personally, I would really love to see, this area get touched, this $15,000 area get touched there on Bitcoin, which obviously that's still, that's another 50% drop from basically where we are now. I don't think it'll last long. I don't think it'll be a few months at that price point, but I really want to see some type of drop down there, retest that previous support area, or even at this $20,000 area, kind of that previous resistance, which was 2017's high. That $20,000 was 2017's high. So I would like to see that get retested. And obviously, I would love to buy more Bitcoin down there at the $20,000 area. But in general, I'll take either way because I've been basically loading up on cryptocurrency and Bitcoin ever since we've had this consolidation area here at the $30,000, $28,000 area. Now, what's even more interesting, obviously, is as we push up into this area, you can look at it a couple different ways. And the problem with these charts a lot of times, is drawing lines on trends and all this. If we go to the weekly time frame, it's a little bit easier to see how we have basically squeezed out of that. We're right on that fringe area. So I think Bitcoin really needs to break over $36,000 to show us that there's strength, to show us that the bulls are trying to come back strong here. Right now, that $34,000 area, that weekly high on that candle was $34,677. So for me personally, I'm not going to get too excited about this move until we break at least above $34,677. The high so far on this candle is $34,534. So these are weekly candles that we're looking at. You can see since May, we've basically just been inside of this descending triangle there on Bitcoin, going sideways. But you can see how well this has really kind of respected that $30,000, $28,000 area there. Multiple times dipping down there, pushing back up to that trend line, and then obviously continuing lower in that downtrend. But we are finally starting to get some action pushing back up here. This would be our first green week. If we close above $34,000, $36,000 area, that's going to be, like I said, bullish and green, that we have that opportunity to push out of this downward trend here. But again, I'm not going to get too excited until we get this solid close. And then really, I want to see, like I said, that push above 34,000. And then also, guys, the problem too from here is if you look, we got a lot of resistance as well at that $36,000 area. The high on these weekly candles being 36,000, 36,600, 35,700, and then 35,200. So really, we need to see a breakout of this kind of channel here. If we go back to the daily chart, it's probably a little easier to see, but you can see that channel, that $36,000, $35,000 channel that we've been stuck in basically since June 21st, kind of just going sideways, and now it was about a month. We've been inside of this sideways channel for about a month now, so we need to break above that $36,000 area to really get excited. I'm not going to get excited just yet. There's been a lot of hype around Bitcoin lately with the B Word conference. You got Elon talking about cryptocurrency a lot. You've got Kathy Woods, ARK Investing. Everyone's coming out of the woodworks basically saying that, hey, this is Bitcoin's here to stay and it's going to go up. But hey, at the end of the day, I do believe in Bitcoin long term. I would just like to see kind of a better opportunity to buy. And maybe that's just me being greedy here. Maybe I'm just, being greedy, hoping and praying. And it's funny because obviously the opportunity to buy, has been pretty good for the last month or so. But the question is there more downside to come from here? Really, at this point in my life, or at this point in my plan of trading cryptocurrency and Bitcoin, is I'm accumulating basically every dip down to the support area. So every time we dip down to that $28,000, $29,000 area, I'm buying. And then the same plan. If we break below $28,000, then I would obviously look for that $20,000 area being my next dip buy. And I've talked about this in other videos as well. My overall strategy with investing in cryptocurrency is to look for, 20% drops on altcoins, and then looking for 10 to 15% drops on Bitcoin, Ethereum, the larger cap coins that don't suffer as much of a drop in one day. But when it comes to buying altcoins and things like that, if I can get a 20 to 30% discount on those altcoins when they're crashing down, that's what I'm looking for as an investor. I'm looking to buy the dip as we consolidate and go sideways, because I believe in the next year, maybe 2 years, we will enter the next bull market and Bitcoin will push above all-time highs, taking the rest of the market with it, taking, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and all these top coins and smaller coins to the moon. And yes, I said to the moon there because, well, to the moon is where we would go. So really, we got $36,000 being resistance, and then after that, we've got that $40,000 area being major resistance as well. So we are not out of the woods just yet. The party, is beginning. We're getting some action. We're getting some fun momentum here. It's nice to have some green days. It's nice to have some upward momentum in Bitcoin, in cryptocurrency. But in general, we're kind of just sitting back and waiting. Like I said, I'm not buying during this rally by any means. I definitely am not going to be a buyer through this rally. And that's one thing that makes me kind of like, if I'm not bullish and I'm not trying to buy through this rally, then there's probably other people out there also sitting on the sidelines waiting. But at the same time, we know that, it's so hard to time the market. So there is a possibility that this, this does take off from here. But I also believe even if this takes off from the $40,000 area, let's say Bitcoin breaks above 36, it hits 40, and then it keeps going, I would still believe that at some point in time, there will be, another 20% correction, another big sell-off, some more news coming out about China or somebody banning it, and we're going to get a crash. So when those opportunities arise, that's when I'm buying. I don't see any reason for me to be adding to my positions during this movement to the upside for me personally, because my strategy is very simple. Like I said, I'm buying these dips and I'm basically consolidating my portfolio, going sideways as the market goes sideways. As we have those dips, I'm looking to buy to add to my portfolio, to my positions. But right now, as we're pushing up, I'm not going to get too excited just yet. And like I said, I'm a full believer, long term, that Bitcoin will make a move. But for me personally, I'm just not going to go and jump into just, the first big kind of green move that we've had in a while. And you can see, we've had this kind of just downtrend for quite some time. We bounced off that $30,000 area. I'd say what? 1, kind of 2, 3, 4, 5, kind of 6 times now. So this is obviously very bullish, but I also have said that, the more and more that support area is tested, the better the chance that it does break at some point. Now, it also could go in reverse, and we could say this resistance would be the same kind of idea. If this resistance continues to get tested, there's an opportunity that it does break at some point. So right now, it's very clear that $36,000 area is a very key area for us to watch. I want to see where this ends up weekly. On the weekly candle, we need to see that, push above, at least a push above this weekly candle. So that way next week we can kind of start to push up there again. A lot of people have been very bearish on Bitcoin since the pullback from the $60,000 area. It's funny because obviously, going back to 2017, same story, same media attention, same everything. You know, when Bitcoin crashed from 20,000 down to 10,000, it was the same exact rhetoric, the same exact stories about how Bitcoin was a scam. It was going to zero, blah, 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 blah. It's done. So I'm a firm believer in the idea of a finite source of value, having some type of value, having a cryptocurrency like Bitcoin that has a limited supply. It allows, you know, investors to invest in this and believe that at the end of the day, we're not going to just wake up one day and the government's just going to print more Bitcoin. It's just not possible. Mathematically, it's not possible. And at the end of the day, when you look at any type of theories in the world, everything is, you know, based on math, but math is always like the truth of everything. There's always a mathematical answer to basically every outcome in every scenario. Even with nature, when you look at nature, you look at different ratios and the golden ratio, you look at all these different mathematical equations, applying those to real life. Math is always like this very, you know, strong, consistent thing. You just, at the end of the day, 1 + 1 = 2, and, you know, 4 + 4 = 8. So math is always this very true and consistent thing throughout time. And right now, Bitcoin looking to break. We need to get that break over that $35,000, $36,000 area, continue to make that move higher. And well, here we are. I do love that we have that beautiful wick from that the low on that candle being $29,296. And that just happened the other day. We had that dip the other day. How beautiful this is. Like, look at this fake out. It dips down to the $29,000 area. It then rallies back and then squeezes back up to that $34,000 area. So right now, let's see what happens here on the Bitcoin chart. We'll see if we get a move. Right now, running through that resistance there, running into resistance, basically lining up right there. So we would expect, like I said, if we can get that break over that 34,600, 800 area, then to push to 35, 36, that being that next target. But like I said, I still believe that there will be downside to come at some point. Even if Bitcoin rallies to all-time highs, there will be a pullback. There will be opportunity to be buying, and that's where I'll be looking to buy more. I'm not going to just buy when the market's going up. I'm going to be looking to buy as the market is pulling back through the movement to the upside. And then I'll also be looking to buy if it crashes below $28,000 area. So that's the plan. That's what's going on Bitcoin right now. Haven't talked about it in a while. Been talking about AMC and all those other things in the market, but Bitcoin really kind of bouncing back here, showing us some strength, getting going again. Let's see what happens. The world is watching. The world is trying to figure out what is next for the cryptocurrency financial world that we are living in today. If you guys haven't already, do me one big favor, hit that like button, subscribe button. I'll talk to you guys later on.